Relocating to Rwanda, the legal reality no one tells you. You know, one thing I've seen many people saying, yeah, Innocent, I want to come to Rwanda through my TikTok, my WhatsApp, my LinkedIn, because I use too much of social media. I'm that media guy. Yes, I happen to be a lawyer, but then some people would think, oh, who's this guy using media like this? Because there's another hidden story behind social media. And many of us have seen the benefits of using social media. Yes, relocating to Rwanda, these are the hidden story and the reality no one is telling you. Rwanda still is one of those countries which are easier to enter. Not only entering, even living and thriving. Because I've seen many people come in Rwanda when they are nowhere. But then they have made it and you meet and they're like, oh, yeah, I think I love this country. I think this is what they told me. It's typically a land of 1,000 hills. Therefore, for a foreigner to thrive in Rwanda, for a foreigner to relocate to Rwanda, what are those things? I wouldn't call them mistakes. I wouldn't call them challenges. But what are those top things one should know before coming to Rwanda? I know many people would say, coming to Rwanda like now, our beloved president opened the borders. Africans, we don't need a travel visa to come to Rwanda. That is a credit and a bravo to the leadership of Rwanda. But then, one thing you should know is that your immigration status will keep you in Rwanda. What am I trying to say? If you come to Rwanda and you don't have the right immigration document, your status will impact on how long you're going to stay in Rwanda. Some people enter in Rwanda on a tourist visa. Some people will enter on a visitation visa. But then one would want to stay for more than a year. This brings in the legal question. Is it possible? How is it done? So it is really prudent that once you get in Rwanda or before coming to Rwanda, you ask immigration or immigration lawyers to fully understand these key questions. How long am I going to stay? What are the requirements that are needed for me to stay in Rwanda legally? Can I do this in Rwanda? Because I've seen many people like students from other countries ask me, can I stay in Rwanda and start business? Can I be in Rwanda and do ABCD? Right. The answer is this, guys. Stick to the purpose of your visa. If your visa or your immigration permit is saying you're doing education or you're doing ABCD, you have to comply with immigration rules and regulations. The moment you step out of that, it becomes a problem. What am I to say? If your visa is saying that it's going to expire in 3 months, if 5 days go beyond and you didn't renew, it's called the grace period. If you didn't use very well, optimally, the grace period, then the consequences usually hit hard. Now, what should you do at that time? It is really prudent to consult the immigration officials in Kigali or at the district where you live. Immigration website is always on. And if need be, seek consultation with immigration lawyer to understand your rights. Now, having said that, some people still think that opening a business in Rwanda means that you're going to stay in Rwanda. That's not good. That's not the right thing. That's not right. Opening the business does not change your immigration status. What it does is that it can help you enlarge. It might help you prolong your stay. If you apply like business visa, investment visa, G2, if you have work permit, you're working for someone, or you're working for yourself, or you are a self-employed person, that's how it is. Opening the business alone will not guarantee you a long stay in Rwanda. Another thing is that when you open your business, there are also things you have to check. Some people run to say, yes, we all know that opening a business in Rwanda is six hours. Credit and bravo to Rwanda Development Board. But again, if you open a business and you have not fully categorized and characterized the shareholding structure, the business structure, because there are several types of business. We have LLC, LTD. uh, company limited by shares, company limited by guarantee. We have CBC, community benefit company. We have PLC, public limited company, and several others. And some people have taken a notch higher and started NGOs, non-government organizations, international organizations. But all we are trying to say is that, are you in Rwanda in the right procedure? Are you in Rwanda on the right track? Yes, your immigration status is thriving well. Your business structure has been done well. Now, there are things you have to comply with even when you're in Rwanda operating business. You would need to comply with Rwanda revenue regulations, payment of taxes. There are also domestic and local taxes. You will find that if you don't comply with them, they may also not be in your right track, and you have to categorically check on them every time. Now, I know when most of us reach in Rwanda, we see the land, the country gifted with nature. We see the hills and we be like, wow, I think I can live in this country. I can buy land. This one brings us to can a foreigner buy land in Rwanda? Yes, he or she can buy land in Rwanda, but under the leasehold. Now, the same law says a foreigner can buy land for residential purposes, which is not above 300 square meters. That one does not mean that one cannot elevate beyond that. But the same law stipulates that if you want more than that, you can apply for the investment certificate from Rwanda Development Board. Now, as we are going through that, the mistakes will have to reduce themselves. One more thing foreigners don't normally do and take in is that some habits, some stuff which are being done in a country X may be illegal in Rwanda. A case in point, fighting in Rwanda is a criminal offense, but you may find in another country it is not a criminal offense. I stand to be guided. Use of some drugs in some countries is not an offense. I know some countries where they